Bat Force Radio.
Bat Force Radio is rated M for mature, or should that be immature?
Grumps and Gramps, tons of laughs with Grumps and Gramps. Grumps and Gramps, tons of laughs with Grumps and Gramps. Grumps and Gramps, tons of laughs with Grumps and Gramps.
Welcome back to another episode of the Grumps and Gramps Show. I am Gramps.
I'm Grumps.
And that is Dunks.
The world famous Everything Batman 219.
219, the man who puts the miles in the aisles.
Yeah.
So how's everybody doing?
Doing well, thank you. How about yourself?
Doing great. Not too bad, not too bad. You know, I live in Dallas. It's actually starting to turn winterish, which is kind of nice.
What's your winterish?
60.
No,
75 degrees.
Today it was actually down in the low 50s. And like overcast, and it gets dark around 7:30, and it just kind of has that October vibe, which you know, down
Same
here
here.
because we don't get much of the seasons actually down here, but it's really cool. I like the changing of the season, especially for October.
I know. I spent one Christmas in Texas barbecuing outdoors. So
man,
I mean,
awesome.
being, you know, a New York City kid, that was mind-blowing experience.
Yeah, I mean, you know, it's rare to have like a white Christmas where there's actually snow and some precipitation. So, you know, it is what it is, but, you know, it's kind of cool to get a little changing of the season.
Put the hoodie on.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I get the hoodie on, but it's warm enough where I can wear shorts. So
That's perfect weather for me. I love that.
yeah,
That's cool.
So, you know, what is this? Episode 6 now?
Yeah.
And
I just thought, look, I gotta interrupt. And in a moment of silence, I experienced a loss today.
On live television.
My Harley Quinn opened her leg should not bend that way. So a moment of silence, guys.
You basically did to her knee what I did to my knee today, actually.
Oh, fucking hell.
Yeah.
Damn, dude, no wonder you're sitting down.
Mowing the lawn?
Exactly. Mowing the lawn. So I when I saw your video, I was just like, oh, that's exactly what my knee feels like. Like a couple of months ago, I was mowing the lawn and I turned it around and I stepped backwards and I stepped off the curb, not realizing where I was at. And I kind of hyperextended my knee a little bit. Damn, so it's been really scary jacking with me. Well, today, wife asked me to basically mulch the leaves that had blown down. You know, the grass really didn't need mowing, but just to mulch up the leaves. So I was doing that, and I turned and I was going kind of uphill a little bit, and the ground, I guess I hit a soft spot and my foot sunk in and my body kept going forward. And,
oh, dude.
You know,
I was like,
that's what happened to Daniel Jones on Thursday night. It happened.
Yeah, that momentum. You got to be careful with the knees, man. All jokes aside, I was an athletic injury trainer in college. I was a student athletic injury trainer. And I saw something similar to what happened to your Harley in a basketball game, like where a chick like crossed the other chick at full speed. and the chick fell, and her shoulder went right into her knee. And I saw that the leg went the other way.
Oh,
And at that moment, my supervisors weren't there.
oh,
So it was just me, the student athletic injury trainer, and I'm over here like, fuck. Like I felt it, and I started to go out there and be like, shit,
That's
you
awful.
fucked up everything. Your meniscus, your everything is fucked. But yeah, I felt that Harley pain, man.
So you're going to get a replacement though, right?
Yeah, I reached out to the guy that I buy from, and he said he's gonna send me a replacement as soon as he gets his. He's getting some more in. So that was cool. You know, he's a nice
Is that
guy.
why you're wearing that shirt?
No, this is I wear this in the fucking streets. Like, thank you, fuck you, bye.
Next.
Fucking, yeah, next. But yeah, I mean, shout out to Joe at Morefish Collectibles. He, is, gonna replace. I buy most of my Mezcos from him, the non-exclusive Mezcos. He's gonna replace it. So, yeah, there you go.
Nice. That's awesome. That's
so that was the
customer service.
Playing for Keeps edition, which is kind of like the.
I mean, it's a nice looking figure. You know, I was in the middle of my own personal review that I do on my IG TV channel or whatever. And,
yeah.
This fucking thing is cool, but yeah.
And I think we had talked about that. Yeah, I think we had talked about this one before with all the crazy accessories and like the missile launcher and all that.
Yeah, that's pretty dope, man.
They gave the missile launcher with the regular Harley, and I think they just painted up the mallet. The head sculpts are different, and the gun is different. They gave the Joker doll again. But it's really cool. It's really nice. In person, it's really nice. But
it's with that right leg.
Man, as soon as I went to bend that knee, and usually I'm fucking careful, but
you got heated up, bro.
They got me. Yeah, therapist at work.
It's a sick jacket too.
Jacket is sick. She's got a whole punk. Like she goes with that Joker, Clown Prince of Crime.
Yeah,
so nice with that.
Cool.
That happens.
Sorry that happened, man, but
yeah,
story to tell. But great customer service, though.
And this is the first one that broke on me, so can't complain too much.
Yeah.
So I guess first let's kind of get some of the most recent news to date in the Fig Life out of the way. I mean, there's been some really interesting news for upcoming releases. I think the one thing that really caught my eye this past week was the variant edition of the Flashpoint Thomas Wayne from McFarlane. What do you guys think about that?
I like it, but kind of disappointed that it's. I came to understand that it's a separate figure from the regular one. I thought maybe this picture was making the rounds because there was a different head sculpt included with the other figure, but it's not. It's a completely separate figure with the unmasked head sculpt and sword. So it kind of stinks in a way. You got to buy two to get the whole experience. Yeah,
I 100% agree. And plus, the face sculpt to me looks a little anime. Right?
Yeah,
it does.
I didn't care for that either. I can't say I'll drive myself crazy to get this. Maybe if I come across it, I'll grab it, but I don't know.
I'm a fan of most Thomas Wayne.
Yeah.
Anything. I love Flashpoint. If I find it, I'm snagging it. Snag 2, one to open, one to keep.
What about me?
So I'm snagging 3 then. There we go. I thought you weren't going crazy over it.
Yeah, I'm saying if I see it, I'll grab it, but I'm not going to leave it.
You said if you see it, so now, all right, so when I see it, I'm going to grab 3.
Well, then I'll grab 2 if I see
at a minimum. And I don't know. I'm always a fan of Thomas Wayne things. Whatever. I was crazy about the pop. I still want to get the Prime one. In this figure, I'm excited that McFarlane is going this route. He's going this route with a lot of things. He's not messing around. But a Thomas Wayne figure, ready? I'm copping.
You know, it's funny how I mean it's probably a conversation for another show, but how that Flashpoint Batman turned Thomas Wayne on his head. You know, Thomas Wayne is kind of an afterthought in the Batman mythos, but Flashpoint, you know, gave the character new life.
Yeah,
so it's really cool. But
I just watched the Flashpoint this morning, so I'm like, it's fresh in my head.
Movie? Oh, cool.
Yeah. HBO Max, guys.
So when I see these Flashpoint, the Thomas Wayne Batman, I immediately want the Martha Wayne Joker.
Hands down.
Yeah. I would hope that's coming. But you know, one of the things that I tend to keep my ear to the streets. Like a lot of fans, whatever collectors, complaining too much Batman. In my opinion, I obviously Batman fan, but Batman puts asses in the seats or asses in the comic store. So,
yeah, that's true. Batman pays mortgages.
I wonder where the industry would be without this character. I mean, I know that's a pretty bold statement to make, but I wonder sometimes.
There's a lot of other things coming out too, like there's so many other figs.
Like this one, the Gorilla Grodd Injustice.
Fucking must have. Gotta have.
That shit is amazing.
I don't have a Gorilla Grodd figure, and that looks cool.
And I mean, this is going to be what, like $20 to $25?
Yeah.
And if it's at Walmart and like they shipped late, it's gonna be $15.88.
Yeah.
Like that's be serious. Like this is just like I'm gonna sound horrible right now. I'm like I look at this and I'm like, oh, the Wonder Woman. It's been sitting on those the spec warmers for so long. But this is gonna get picked up quickly. But like the problem with what McFarlane, they mass produce all these figures, and unless you're a collector and you understand the storyline behind these figures, they're gonna sit there for a while. And something like this might sit there for a while because the average kid's gonna be like, what the fuck is this monkey with armor? But people who read comics, people who read comics and and know what it is, they'd be like, oh shit, let me scoop that up real quick. Like
this is one that I really like. This is a Injustice version of the Flash.
Yeah.
I'm picking that one up the moment I see it.
I like this one better than the comic version of the Flash.
Oh, no way. No, I'm passing on this.
Well, because on they have two comic versions. They have one where he's making kind of a smiley smirk, and then they have the 2-pack with the Red Death, and he's got a snarl face.
And
I mean, those are cool, but
dope.
this is the one I gravitate to.
The single carded version with the smile has like effects pieces that come with it.
Oh, okay.
So I wonder if you'd be able to use those on this figure. I don't know.
I'm sorry, like, and not to go backwards, but on the Thomas Wayne, they need a flask.
Yeah.
Did he have one in the comic?
He had one on the Flashpoint
cool.
animated show. Like he's just constantly drinking out the Flash, dealing with Flash. And it's like if they don't have the Flash, someone please make one. I'll buy it off you.
Hey, shout out
Etsy
to Ty Butler Photography, who does the pictures from McFarlane Toys. Ty's really cool, dude.
Nice.
Yeah.
He takes great pictures.
He does. Another one that another fig that popped up that caused a lot of excitement just this last week was the Medicom Mafex Azrael Batman.
Man, listen.
Dude.
Listen.
You grab every single one of them you can. Give them to your friends because no one's going to find them.
Is that another wired cape? Man, they're going crazy with the wired capes.
Now, this is based off the artwork of Norm Brayfogle, correct? Has to be. He's the one that did a lot of the Nightfall.
I want to say Jim Aparo, not Brayfogle. I think Brayfogle might have been before this. Jim Aparo was doing the interiors for Batman at the time when this came out. And Brayfogle might have been doing Detective Comics at the time. Or maybe just before this came out.
And it also comes with the separate unmasked Jean Paul Valley head.
It's crazy.
I think what's the price point on this? Like about 105?
I thought it was cheaper than that. I thought it was between 80 something and 90. I don't know. I could be wrong. I don't know.
But this is one of those, you know, oddities in the Batman lore.
Yeah.
That, you know, is so revered by people that grew up and read comics, you know, through the 90s. It's almost like one of these figures that you'd never expect to see something of this quality coming out, but Medicom is just hitting all the buttons when it comes to comic Batman figures.
Well, this was the first, like, to my that I can remember. This was the first time that they took Bruce out of the suit for an extended period of time. No, that's wrong. Might have been this. Might have been the second. Anyway, this is one of the few times that they took Bruce out of the suit for an extended period of time. Like Jean Paul Valley replaced Bruce, and he went mad and originally started out in Bruce's suit, and he kind of sort of just kept adding to it. And what you see here in the action figure is the final version of, I guess maybe Jean Paul Valley's, Batman.
Yeah, and he comes, you know, especially when he's got the gloves with the claws.
Yeah, and the automatic, batarangs that they shot out.
Yeah. Now, one thing that I think could make this figure go just over the top is if they actually had, that chest piece that lit up like it did. That would be insane. But overall, man, I'm really excited about this one. Such a good looking figure.
It's just, Mayfix or Mafix, whatever. They're just taking the characters off the pages and I don't know, somehow turning them into plastic. It's crazy.
Speaking of Medicom and Mayfix, another one that I saw this week was the Ben Riley Spiderman.
I love this suit. I mean, it's the classic Spider-Man is the best, but this suit, man, whew, I loved it. I know I remember reading years ago that the artist hated drawing the feet or the legs or whatever because it kind of splits in half, but I thought it looked cool. And you and I were commenting earlier on the web shooters on the outside, how cool that looks. And
yeah, I've always liked, the fact that Ben Riley had to have the wristbands that were the web shooters because it reminded me of the 70s TV miniseries show that I forget who the actor was, but
Nicholas Hammond.
Yeah, I loved watching those old episodes.
Yeah, that was so cool.
So cool. And he wore one of those wristbands like that.
Yep.
So I've always liked that, and
sometimes I've even shoot out like a net or something.
Yeah, and even on some of my Marvel Legends, I've kind of kit bashed on my Spider-Man to have the wrist bracelet like that. So yeah,
this looks really good. I like the big black spider. It's cool.
Yeah, and even the unmasked head sculpt. I mean, like you said, it comes fresh off the page of the comic. So that's coming out.
And that's an import.
And I even like the fact that they gave him like the little unmasked, the loose mask that he puts in his hand like that.
Yeah, that's a thing they've been doing recently, which is really cool. Those fingers must be hard to draw because he has the single webbed fingers and then the blue fingers in the middle. That's like an artist's nightmare. But
Yeah, who was it? Was it Brad Anderson or no? Some inker that I heard a podcast on, and he was working on Spider-Man stuff, and basically the penciler would draw the basic outline and whatnot, and it was the inker's job to literally go in there and do all the little suit webbings. He's like, I hated doing that for Spider-Man because it was just nonstop.
It's got to be tough with the crazy poses and whatnot.
Yeah. Especially, when Todd McFarlane took over. But
oh God,
if they ever get figures based on him, man, boy, that's going to look great too.
Yeah.
So that's kind of, I guess, this week's most recent news, recapping some of the new releases that we're excited about. I know we've already talked about Grumps, what you got this week in your haul with Harley, but you also got, what else you get?
Well, I finally got my grubby paws on this Cobra Trooper. Fine. Thanks to Slam Dunk Dave, who brokered a deal for me on the Facebook Marketplace. And I was
forever hunting.
Yeah, forever hunting. Dunk hunts fucking physical, digital, and fucking.
If it's out there, I gotta find it, man.
Yeah, alternate fucking space, whatever. Dunk got this for me for the amazing price of $40 American, which is cash money, which you guys know is outrageous. This figure is going for upwards of $100, better in certain places. So I got one, so I'm happy.
But you're gonna, in March of 2021, you're gonna be able to get basically the same figure through
6 months from now.
Yeah. What they retitle it like Cobra Infantry or something like that. But
different paint job, they took out like 2 accessories or whatever. And
they took out the armband, the eye goggles.
Yeah.
Probably 1 or 2 of the guns. But that's still a hard one to find.
I mean, the Army, I've been arguing with people online, which is something that we all do, I guess. In terms of Army building, like I'm just, I don't know. I'm not a big Army build guy. Like for me, Army build would be 3 or 4. I have a finite amount of funds to spend on this shit, and like having 12 or something that I'm not gonna. I mean, how often do you touch your figures? You know what I mean? Like to have 12.
Not too much.
Of this Cobra Trooper 12 or 20 or whatever, and just to stare at it on the shelf, like, it seems wasteful to me.
It's also like, with today's technology, you could just copy paste it if you're gonna do fake pics or like just constantly
you could just Photoshop
it differently, and Photoshop it. Like if you're really good at what you're doing, you can figure that one out.
No, you're exactly right, especially with like some of those exclusive Mezco Roach figures or the Gold Skull Ninja. I've seen a guy that I think his name's like Jason B. Michael.
Yeah, he's a good photographer.
And basic, you take one photo, you change the pose, you change the background a little bit, and you compound them on top of each other, and you can army build that way if you want to do that.
Yeah, and if he didn't, he's a great photographer. If he didn't post the BTS behind the scenes, you wouldn't even know.
Never know. He's that good.
Yeah.
That's how you flex. That's how you flex how much money.
Dude, that guy uses he doesn't use digital water effects to make it look like rain. He's actually got some kind of little sprinkler system that's shooting down water. I don't know if he's actually getting water on the figs, but he turns on this little mister and shoots some of that aerosol spray.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's just like
that's how you go in.
Yeah.
That's next level shit.
Yeah, man. They got to figure it out.
No, I mean, thank God he posts, for a lot of his shots, he posts the BTS because they're fucking cool.
Yeah. Makes you really appreciate, some of these guys are really creative. Obviously, they're very skilled and knowledgeable in how to do photography, something I'm still trying to learn. But man, you see something like that and it inspires you to challenge yourself to try to do something, maybe try a new technique, but always learning, because for me, this is like an outlet, this is a hobby.
Yeah.
I don't take it that serious. It's one of many hobbies. But I do really enjoy the photography part because, to me, it's almost like my way of creating my own comic in a way. Because I'm not a writer.
Story.
Yeah, I always try to make my little photos. There's some story behind it. It's not just a guy just standing there. So when I see photos like that, I'm like, wow, it blows my mind sometimes the way these guys make their stories in their photos. Just one photo tells a whole story. All you need to know.
Yeah. And when you see the guys who actually do all right, this is the photo I wanted. And then it's like, here's you zoom out and you see everything they put into it. It's like, wow, holy crap. You're what an imagination to use, I don't know the one guy's name who used all these computer things as a background, and it's Joker falling.
Oh yeah.
I remember seeing that one post and I was like, how the hell did you come up with that? In my mind, I'm thinking Photoshop and all this stuff. And then you look at the post and you're seeing computer towers and all these things, and the camera aiming downward, and it seems like he's going down this cybernetic thing.
Mm-hmm.
That's art. It's art.
Yeah.
And I'm now when I went hiking and I showed you guys that one picture of the White Knight Joker fig, I'm like, this is what I got for art, compared to that.
Well, Doc, let me jump in real quick. So that dude, first of all, I saved that motherfucker's pictures because that shit was crazy. He, I don't know if it was a computer or an air conditioner, and he took. I'm pretty sure it was an air conditioner because he took the shit apart and put. I don't know. He put the air conditioner
sideways, and it makes it like he's falling down a vent or a tunnel.
But it looked like a city. The way this motherfucker made, the way he made it look.
This is MFer.
That's the New York coming out. And, that's the guy. He made it look like a city. Crazy. He had the vents on one side, and I don't know, but it just looked like a city. The Joker was falling down.
Yeah, it was just you have to stare at things and say, hey, listen, if I got this and I do that and I put this together and I bring this over here and I get it at this angle, it's art. It's it's fascinating how some people have that gift. And kudos to you guys, man, because you just make us want to collect more figures and try to do something similar, and we suck at it. But
I think Gramps is really good at that, as a whole. I'm just trying to tickle the creative whatever part of myself. But I think Gramps is really good at that storytelling in the photo.
Thank you. I'm really trying. You keep seeing that meme, started here, now we're here type thing.
Yeah.
I think of that because I literally started with this little guy right here.
Yeah, that came with the DVD.
Taking this guy to Chick-fil-A and posting him next to a salad that I had, thinking, oh, this will be funny. This little Grandpa Batman guy is going to be doing all these obscure things and people will think that's funny.
Yeah.
How stupid was that?
That's how it starts, man. That's what builds that.
How stupid was what? Eating a salad at
imagination.
Chick-fil-A? Or...
Yeah.
that sounds like the worst part of the story.
So it wasn't a Sunday.
So I'm gonna maybe I need to find like the very first. Does this even count as a fig? I don't know. It's
a fig, man.
It's got some articulation, but
you could do stuff with it.
Sculpted by Joe Mena, our friend Joe Mena.
Oh wow!
Nice.
You know how much this sells for?
Stop!
I could get mad coin for this and the Joker.
No way.
Yeah,
yes.
I have both of them. Yeah, I have both of them.
Especially if they're in the box. If they're
in
the DVD in the box or the Blu-ray. So yeah, I mean those toy photographers like that, like the guy, and I know who you're talking about, and it's crazy because he takes stuff just from his normal household products and makes scenes from
God knows.
And you're like, wow, the imagination that this guy has. It's unreal. But it also shows you, you can do it yourself if you develop, the skills to do the correct lighting with lume cubes and, your aperture and things like that in your photography to maybe create that sensation of motion that a steel piece of plastic doesn't have, but you can create that depth and that lighting and that sense of motion if you know what you're doing. And I see photos like that and I'm like, those guys like that sell me on figures that I probably wouldn't buy. Because I'm like, oh, no, I want to buy. Now I want to do that.
That's my problem because like you see a photo like that. I want to find the guy on Instagram. I'm sorry because I'm looking down on my phone. I'm trying to look for him, but it's like, holy shit, man! Like, I want to find a way to match your picture.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, to make the figure look like that in my hands.
Yeah, like my competitive nature is like, can I do this? And I'm like, I don't even have a fucking camera. I don't have like an air conditioner I can break apart. Like, can I see something else? Can I have my vision of this? And it's different.
It's almost winter, so you can take apart your fucking air conditioner now.
Start fucking them all up. But that's the beautiful thing about the people who take these photos, and it's like you get a figure and you bring it to life. We're excited when we get figures because they come to life for us from comic books or shows or movies or whatever we watched. And then it's like there's a whole different aspect of this culture that they take photos of them and give us this whole different perspective of these figures. And it's like, all right, cool.
Yeah.
We do this too, Can we try to do the same thing and add on to it?
Now, this next figure that I think we're going to talk about is one that Grumps has, but I've also have, and this is going to be my next challenge to build some of these photos like what you're talking about. And that is this bad boy right here.
Nice. There it is.
Because, Godzilla normally rampages through cities and fights other monsters.
Yeah.
I don't have any little cities and dioramas of cities. So, but I love Godzilla. So now I got to find a way to make Godzilla come to life. Grumps, you got this guy, right?
Yeah, got him in my hand right now. Yeah.
So what is it that you like about this figure, and what got you to buy this, dude?
Man, this is kind of a corny story. This story is super corny. This is
No way.
Is it like a dad joke?
No, it's dude, it's just super corny. It's just so long story short, my very first friend, my best friend, my longest friend, it just so happens we came to live with our respective grandmothers at the same time. Like we're literally the same age, 6 months apart, and we grew up next door to each other. And I was into Batman, and he was into Godzilla. So, and we're still friends. But my friend has moved around. He lives far, far now. But he's moved around the country. We've always been close. But these Godzilla figures just remind me of him and my childhood. So
That's
I
awesome.
don't. He moved away when we were young, but we've kept in touch since he moved away when we were like in the second grade. But we're still friends to this day, regardless. He's lived in Pennsylvania and New Mexico. He's lived in a bunch of different states. But yeah. So Godzilla just reminds me of my friend. So I can't have a scale Godzilla in my house. So these little whatever 6-inch or 12-inch, I think from head to tail, they're 12 inches. But yeah, they remind me of my friends, and my childhood. So that's why I grab, the occasional Godzilla.
That's awesome.
That's a great story.
Really good story.
And I'm kind of like that too. I mean, I grew up loving the old Godzilla movies, and there was a Godzilla toy when we were kids.
Yes,
and man,
shot off the hand,
and he had the little fire tongue that came out. And
yes, my friend
oh my
had
god,
that.
I asked for that thing nonstop. I wanted that so bad.
I would go next door and play with that. I'm telling you, it's good time.
I wanted that so bad. I never got that. So now,
and there was Rodan.
Yes, and all that. I wanted that so bad, but no, it didn't happen. But so now I'm like, I can buy my own Godzilla.
I can
buy my own goddamn Godzilla.
Grown ass kids.
Yeah. And all the different versions of them. It just I love them. I've got about 5 of them, I think.
Yeah, I have 4. Yeah, I have 4. You Gramps, you had we were talking recently. You had said about Rodan and King Ghidorah, and then you mentioned oh my god,
Mothra.
No, Mothra, but you had mentioned
Mecha
Godzilla. That's the one that I need. That guy.
Yeah,
what's that?
Which one?
Mecha Godzilla.
Yeah, Mecha Godzilla. He's like a robot Godzilla. Like,
I'm keeping an eye out.
Yeah.
Well,
I don't know if they made it yet, but
no, they have. Or he's going to be coming out in like 2021. I mean, it'll be another import type of company. I think Bondi does it, or maybe Medicom. But yeah, he's not going to be a cheap NECA. He'll be $100, $125, but it looks good. Okay, cool. Also, Grumps, I think you mentioned that you got Master Chief.
Yeah, I got Master Chief. I like it. I don't know. The joint on my on the right arm on mine is kind of loose, so I have this Kiki solution that I bought on eBay. So I'm gonna try that out. It's not too bad. I've seen ones on YouTube that are looser, different reviews. But
So
I kind of dig it.
first, who makes this?
So this is Wicked Cool Toys makes this, which they used to be known by Jazzwares, and Jazzwares made the Fortnite figures. They're kind of 5 to 6 inch Fortnite figures, and McFarlane Toys is making like 7-inch Fortnite figures. So
And this
yeah,
dude
Jazzwares.
is 7-inch, right?
Yeah. Master Chief is, he's a big dude. But yeah, I dig it. I mean, I played the Halo games, for years. So, and I don't. This is my first Halo figure. So, Master Chief figure. Sorry.
So I held this figure in my hand too. I have a good friend named Levi that he loves Halo, and like if I see one in a shop, I'll send him a picture and be like, "You have this one," and he's looking for Joe's for me, and I'm looking for Halo for him. But he has this one. I looked at it. The sculpt on it is really cool, and I like the fact that it comes with all these different hands and accessories. Yeah. The face shield looks really cool. I like the glossy reflective paint on the visor. It looked really cool with like a wash over it to kind of bring out some of the
I've seen some
different
people do that.
Yeah. But his figure, I mean, yeah, you couldn't even put the arm out because it was so loose it would just fall back down.
It spins around the helicopter, right? I've seen that. Yeah.
North Carolina.
But as far as like, the detail and the sculpt and the posability and all that, it really, really done well, especially for the price point,
Yeah, it was $20. I mean,
$20, yeah. And people were going crazy trying to find this figure.
I just was walking through Target. I looked on the shelf, and there was two. There was a blue one and I think a white or silver one. I was like, oh, I guess they don't have Master Chief. And then I don't know, moved some toys, and it just happened to be sitting there, so I grabbed it. And knowing that it had problems, but I'm happy with it.
No, people down here, like, he was having a hard time finding them because it was almost like the Cobra Trooper exclusive to Target. I mean, people were just, and Target was like saying, well, no, the street date is this. We can't sell it.
When does it release?
It's out now.
It's out now, but it released like, I don't know, I want to say about 2 or 3 weeks ago.
Yeah. That's why I don't even look at Halo. And I think I walked by this. No fucks. I was too focused on everything else.
Yeah. But yeah, for a minute there, that was like a real hot item.
This you know what okay. This shares a problem, sort of. Well, it doesn't. Okay, I'm sorry. I was about to say it doesn't have a die cut, but the die does kind of is an internal. If you guys can see in here, there is a die swivel. And that's what one of the complaints about McFarlane DC figures. It doesn't have the die cut, but this actually has a die swivel. So I'm sorry, I'll take it back.
That helps.
Yeah, it does. I wish the McFarlane Toys had it. They don't. I'm okay with it.
So those are some of the, discussion over some of the recent figures that are coming out, ones that we recently picked up. We've been also planning to do a kind of a statue review of, pieces that we like. Some of the feedback we got from people that like the show is like, when are you doing the statue episodes? So we're like, okay, let's do the statue episode. Yeah. And what better way to do a statue episode than to do an unboxing episode? So
why not?
Why not?
I think Dunk has got an exclusive piece that we received from our friends at DC Collectibles. And
yes,
so what you got, Dunk?
All right, so about a year and a half ago, we a lot of us received this invitation, right? We all went to our and got this lovely invitation about this wedding between Selena Kyle and Bruce Wayne. One of the first visions or first drawings of what I'm about to show everyone is Joëlle Jones.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Yeah, I remember like we all saw this and we're like, holy shit, what an amazing cover, one, and dress. So a couple of months ago, this came in. I didn't know what to do with it. I was like, oh, what am I going to do with this box, you know? First of all, look at the box. You have this amazing, like just you already know what you're looking at. You know, Joëlle Jones is very detailed artwork. I was very excited.
I mean that was mind blowing.
It was. And
you don't think of traditionally with the wedding dress, you don't think of any black. You know, you think of all white, whatever.
At all, but when it comes to like the Catwoman Batcat world, there has to be black, right? There's nothing wrong with
absolutely.
That. No. So this is actually 18.
Oh, nice, number 18. Awesome.
Yeah, number 18, legal.
Yeah. Made the cut. Just made it.
Just made it. And hold on, it's actually the first time I'm actually pulling it out of the box, and I cut it, but I haven't really pulled it out completely.
Well, just keep it in your pants. We want to see the statue.
Yeah. Hold on. Here we go. Gotta take the plastic off. Raw. Holy shit.
No glove, no love.
And close.
That's awesome.
And her eyes are green?
It's amazing. And I'm just cover the boobs, guys. This is PG, guys.
Yeah, cover the.
I'm not touching it. Don't me to me. It's amazing how because you see her belly button.
Pearl earrings.
Yeah, look at this.
Nice pearls. Does she have the engagement ring on her finger or what?
Yeah, she does.
Nice.
Rocking that bling.
Bruce Wayne is not a slouch.
Look at that ass though. She be squatting. But like the dress is like you even see her belly button through the dress.
Crazy. Yeah.
But look at the detail, like all that. It's fascinating. That
is that sculpted detail? The
yeah.
Wow. I gotta get the statue.
Done.
I do too. I think that's
like it's this.
I love the fact that it's not just a straight up and down statue. She's kind of got a little lean to her, and
yeah,
it creates a little motion in the dress, you know.
Well, she's showing off her physique, and she's like, "I'm the fucking Catwoman, motherfuckers! Like, look at me!
Yeah.
Like, even got the ears." There's actually
so like the earpiece, the cat earpiece? What does that kind of look like? Is it
It's just like it's like wired.
Wired? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
How about the base? Is there just come to base or?
Where the hell's the base at? There's a base somewhere.
Did they not include it in the box? Because I know this happens. That sort of thing happens to you.
Yeah. Oh, there it is. There it is. It just fell out of this thing.
Okay. Right.
Hold on. Give me a second. It's actually a pretty dope base.
Slam Dunk had a Guinness before we started recording. So.
Guinness.
Oh, is that? Wow, that's cool.
Yeah, it's pretty dope base.
So it's like that's really cool.
And then in the back, you know, out of 5,000. This is actually
So that's
magnetic?
a relatively early piece.
well, it has like the little
Oh, okay.
Holes.
things to like the little posts, like plug it right in there.
Yeah.
She is. I don't want to touch her. I don't want to like cause any ruckus.
Yeah.
But such an elegant piece to own.
Yeah.
I've seen people like post it, and I was just like, oh, can I open my fucking box already? But you know, anyone who's a fan of the Bad Cat or at least the wedding dress should own this this piece here.
It's a must-have.
It's like Home Shopping Network. Hey guys, you know, it's right here, and take a look at it. Nah, I think it's gorgeous.
Yeah.
I can't wait to have like his own shelf prep for it with the book, the cover.
Yeah.
I know there was a variant cover that came, a second print that came out as well. But Joëlle Jones, man, like her art is spectacular, and for her to come up with this dress started a whole different like.
Did you see the girl that cosplayed that?
Yes.
Which one?
Outrageous. Outrageous.
Yeah. Crazy how. Yeah.
Yeah, like to get your hands on a dress like this, weeks
You have to make it.
after it was released on comics. Kudos to you, because you're on top of your game and you're a fan of the comic life. And I think
not a fan of getting married, but you might be a fan of the comic.
That makes two of us. But
I'm saying in general.
Yeah, of course. But it's like to get to the point where like you're that up to date with stuff, and boom, you cosplay the dress already. There was a chick in Russia who did it weeks beforehand. And there was a couple of other ones here in the States. I'm not really sure what their names are. I would definitely when I post this, I would shout them out with their cosplay. Yeah. But I was just fascinated, and I was kind of excited because like the turnover was so quick. But
so that came from Diamond Select Toys, or
yeah, straight from Diamond Select Toys. I think
no, DC Collectibles.
DC Collectibles.
Yeah,
DC Collectibles.
That Guinness, bro.
Modelo on this one. By the way, Backwards Tom. Thank you, Backwards Tom.
Yeah, Backwards Tom. Thanks a lot for sending me this. I wasn't expecting it. Means a lot. But a great piece. I can't wait to have his own section in my place.
Yeah, that's really cool. I gotta get that.
You have something to unbox as well, don't you?
I mean, I do. Not as cool as what you just showed. This.
Are you fucking kidding me? That's cool.
The whole camera. I mean.
So yeah, that's the Todd McFarlane black and white.
Yeah. Come on.
You've never opened that yet?
No, I haven't opened it yet.
Oh my
damn!
This guy is looking over my shoulder. I shouldn't open it. What are you looking at? I suppose I need a knife to open.
So a little background. This is number 100 in the black and white series put out by DC Collectibles.
Okay.
It's huge.
I don't have a knife, fellas.
You better get a keys or something, bro. This is
on camera right here.
This is yo. We don't want two incidents in one day.
Well, I'm gonna use this Cobra Trooper knife.
And that's how you improvise.
We're gonna do this together. This is not working out already. You know why this is not working out, guys? Because this is a children's toy, and I'm a fucking adult. Apparently, supposed to be. All right.
All right. Well,
down goes fridge.
We'll get back to that.
We'll get back to that.
Yeah, let's get back to that. I'm back.
Found the knife?
Here. I did not find a knife. That's my hand, by the way. No, I didn't find a knife. Camera went down for some reason. I don't have a knife at the ready. So.
Well, we can still talk about it because I've got a couple of photos of mine.
Awesome. Grant to the save.
So here is, just a photo of mine. And sorry for the lighting. I tried to make it stick out. But yeah, you can see that it's based on the iconic Todd McFarlane cover art. I forget which episode or which issue, but the thing is massive. It stands about 9.5 to 10 inches tall, which is considerably larger than their other, black and white statues. It feels like it weighs about, I don't know, 3 or 4 pounds. So yeah, I mean, it's a big, heavy piece, and you can even see the back here. It's got the huge flowing cape. It's got this, just like the cover, it has this long sweeping arm piece that comes up. In the comic cover, he's actually holding a woman, but they didn't include her in the piece here.
You have to include your own, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
If you have a woman at home, include her in that.
But you can see that, the paint, they've started doing kind of a new process with their paint to give it a more 3D and, I don't know, comic type of look with the shading. It's kind of got that matte gray underneath the cape in certain areas, and also kind of painted on the head and cape to add some rendering to it.
So, Gramps, did you get the first version or the second version of the statue?
Yeah, I got the first version.
Okay.
I was lucky enough to get one because it's sold out, right? And they've gone to... Yeah.
Sorry for the noise. I finally got myself a razor. So,
okay. Yeah, get that open.
There's plenty of these in New York, but, we don't carry them at all times. So I had to get one. Yeah, I know you and I had spoke when you got your statue about the first and second versions. I kind of like it's just paint differences on the second version, but I was kind of happy with the way the first version looked, to be honest.
Is yours the first or second?
First, yeah, first.
Okay, so here we have
all right.
You.
And I have gotten myself and my life together in the last 30 seconds.
So it's a lot bigger and heavier than other black and whites, right?
Yeah, I own several black and whites. This is number 2361. Yeah, I own several black and whites, and it's a lot bigger and a lot heavier. But it is amazing.
Wow.
I just wish that the bat signal base was a little wider. That's my only complaint, because
I think you would need that for that. Look how much wider it is than the actual base.
A lot of sharp edges on this thing too.
Yeah, you don't want to be moving him around too much.
No.
Yeah, it's just like I get nervous. Like if you could drop it, it's like holy shit, it's just gonna break.
Yeah. I mean, what do you think? He's not happy with. But yeah, this is
like,
really cool.
He's like, I'm 12 of those.
Yeah. Literally and figuratively, 12 of these. Yeah, I don't have a problem with this at all. This is really amazing. I guess, it's what is it, 75% tape, right? I mean, and when you compare it to the other black and whites that you might have, the cape is what makes this one, stand out.
Yeah. So like the one that like Batman is sitting down, the cape like droops down over
the Mark Silvestri.
Yeah, like that one.
Missed out on that
one. Bigger fig. Me too. My comic shop has it. I'm about to pick it up.
What? They have it?
People were saying that there were some quality control issues with that one.
Yes, you're right. Yeah, I heard that. Yeah, but
I don't know exactly what.
Run.
But it still looks so dope.
Yeah.
Well, the thing is, I mean, as of right now, they're not going to be making any more of those.
No.
So there's only like a few left in the
market.
That are going to be issued, the Jim Miller and the Armored Batman Frank Miller. So possibly the value of these things is going to go up more and more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, if you can get that Mark Silvestri one, that's for a decent price, that's probably a good investment. Same to do with this McFarlane one. I own several too, and every one of them has a little kind of a story and meaning behind every one of them. Probably the most important one for me is this dude.
Yeah, nice.
That's the Frank Miller Dark Knight Returns. This is the second edition. The first edition has like the larger solid black bat symbol on the front.
Oh, okay.
But I don't mind the second edition one because actually it's a little bit more comic accurate in the story because he was still wearing the oval.
Yeah.
From where this scene happens. Now, this figure is actually based on a cover that he did for I think volume 3 or 4 of Black and White when it came out.
Yeah, I remember that one. Yeah.
But it's one of the centerpieces of my collection.
It's a great piece, man.
Yeah.
How does it compare to the McFarlane in terms of like size and weight?
It's about, obviously the McFarlane one is head and shoulders taller than every other Black and White. He's probably a true 6-inch piece. Now, you can't see it in this photo, but his cape sweeps out pretty wide. And that's usually the one part of the figure that actually breaks the most. I've seen a lot of these. I've been trying to find the original issue of one, but they always seem to break along the back because of the weight of the cape that goes out in front. And I refuse to buy one online because the shipping, it'll get broke. But that's that one. I don't know if you guys have it, but if you can find it.
No, I don't.
No, I don't. I wish.
It's a great piece.
Another one. Oh, go ahead. What other Black and Whites you have? Ooh.
Wow.
Pretty much, kind of the almost companion piece is the Year One by Dave Mazzucchelli. And this one actually I bought from, is it Royal Collectibles in Queens?
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 Yeah.
Nice, Gramps.
I did buy this one because this one's pretty hard to find.
Mm.
And our friend, the Bat Force Times, told me about it. And I ordered it from Queens. And it miraculously showed up in one piece.
So, in terms of differences between this one and the McFarlane one, I don't know. The McFarlane one is the only one that I have that the base is not a separate piece. Most of them you plug in the feet.
Well,
yeah,
the McFarlane one, it's a one solid piece. Now, the earlier versions, they were all solid pieces.
Okay.
Later, they started incorporating the foot attachment. Like, let's find one. This one, the Norm Brayfogle.
Oh my
Got
god,
that one.
it's amazing.
Yes, sir.
That one has the pin in the ankle that attaches. Now, I had a little
internet.
This one is very fragile because the pin goes in the
cape.
Yeah, the cape is awesome. This one has very thin ankles, and you have to be very careful when you take it out of the base. Otherwise, you'll snap the ankle like I did. But it was a clean snap, so I was able to glue it back, and you can't even tell. But
okay, cool.
To all the collectors out there, be very careful when you're handling and taking these apart, especially if you're having to move your collection or just take it down. Just be careful with these things.
So you did a Dak Prescott to this fake.
I did. I did.
Oh man,
that.
Another black and white that I'm proud owner of is the Greg Capullo.
Oh, nice! I don't have that one.
And you can see that he's actually signed it on the base.
Oh, okay. Yeah, cool.
Nice.
I got that signed in person at a convention, and I actually owned the piece before I went down there, and I knew he was going to be there, but I didn't want to travel with it and haul this thing around. So at the convention, I found a vendor that was selling them, and got in line and got it signed. While I was doing that, the vendor saw what I was doing, so he started bringing all his shit over to get signed too. And Capullo was like, "No, dude, I'm only signing these for my fans. You need to stand back.
Good for him, man.
And let me get to all these people that have been waiting to get these signed."
Yeah. So did you just bring the base or the whole
Yeah, he
thing?
just signed the base.
Okay, cool. Yeah, that's cool. That's a great idea too.
What's another one? Oh, this is the most recent one I got. From our friend Doug Monkey.
Oh man, that was so dope.
I gotta get this one.
God
that
damn
one
it.
is so cool.
One thing that like I said, each one of these has a kind of a story behind them, and the story behind this one is that I've actually held the pages in hand that this ornament is based off of.
Okay. Wow.
It was a double spread that he did, I think, in Detective Comics or something. And I saw those when he came to Dallas at a convention. Of course, I couldn't afford them, but and at that time, it wasn't even announced that he had a black and white coming out. And then when they announced it and I saw that image, I was like, holy crap,
Nice.
Let's see. That's as far as the black. Well, I've got that one, the Neil Adams zombie one.
Ooh.
You guys have that one?
No, I don't.
It's pretty fun because it's just
it's perfect for Halloween.
Yeah.
Halloween ornament.
Pretty much, and that's really because I'm kind of limited on my shelf space right now. It's really all the only time it comes out. I put it up for the rest of the year, and it's kind of like my annual Halloween decor that goes up.
Nice.
So Gramps, there was
Go ahead.
there was one or two black and whites that you were looking forward to. I think maybe going up for pre-order soon, or they were affected by the DC Direct shutdown close.
Yeah, I had that Greg Capullo Owl Monster ordered.
Yeah, the Owl Monster. Yeah,
It got canceled, and then there was a Gotham by Gaslight from Mike Mignola.
yeah.
I don't know if that's canceled or not.
I was mad because the Greg Capullo one, I saw it on the Toy Fair,
Oh,
Yeah.
you saw it.
and I was like, holy shit!
Yeah, it was really cool.
It looked like a big one.
Must. It was amazing, and I was like, this is a must. And then, I wait last minute to order things because I'm like, the price always drops if you're lucky. And when I heard it got canceled, I was like, shit.
Yeah.
That sucks, man. It's a great piece like that. Even if DC Collectibles was shutting down, they would have made a profit out of it because everyone was looking forward to this one statue back in too.
Definitely.
Sucks.
All right, let me get to this one.
I mean, I only have like two black and whites that I actually own.
Oh, you only own two?
I only own two, man. I'm very selective.
Nothing wrong with that.
Which ones do you own?
Of course, always a fan of the DKR. Joker.
Nice. Yeah,
Classic.
nice.
Classic, yes.
Can't go wrong with that. For me, it's something about like 1980s Joker just rocking
those shoulder pads, man.
Rocking the shoulder pads. He could tackle the shit. Obviously, he's wearing like a waistband thing to like make him look slim.
Yeah.
And he's just rocking those lower pants. And
I have that one too. Really
it's
cool.
like, yo, I'm gonna look a little taller and put some heels on.
Well, I mean, and that's what I was about to say. That was the one part of the story that people don't really catch is that he's a little androgynous. He's wearing high heels.
He's flamboyant.
Yeah, he was.
Well, in the 80s, it didn't mean much. And he had that ego attached to him the whole nine.
I love the fact that they include the cigarette too.
Yeah, he just has a cig there. Like cigarettes weren't a problem in the 80s. Cigarettes weren't a problem in the 90s either. I used to buy cigarettes there, and I was like 9. The other one, of course, I own. For anyone who knows me, understands me, and knows that I'm a huge fan of a certain somebody. Of course, I have the White Knight Batman.
Oh, nice.
Why not?
Of course, dude. There's the other White Knight Batman that's going for like $400, and I'm like, the money's not there right now. But I'm going to the signing in 2 weeks, and I can't wait for it because I'm just bringing the base.
Did you get the colored version as well?
No, the Hot Topic exclusive. I can't find it. It's driving me nuts, but
you can't find it?
I can't find it, dude. But
You
I'm
gotta put those miles in the owls, bro.
Yeah, man.
the miles are there, man, but the miles ain't fucking funny. But what I'm gonna do is I do see the Joker one. Now I like the Joker one too, because Joker over khakis and a Batman tee on and overall. Come on, man. Like you had to pick that up. So I might do that while we're here. So those are the two black and whites I have, but there's so many more I want to get. But this hobby is expensive.
Yeah, that's true. And it doesn't get any cheaper, especially now that the supply is limited on those. That's the thing is, unless they're very special like that McFarlane or that Frank Miller.
Yeah.
They don't get put out reissued. Now they finally, after several years, reissued the Dave Mazzucchelli, but they've changed. And a lot of times, whenever they, just like with the Frank Miller, whenever they reissue one of those, they change it slightly. A lot of times it's the chest piece. The second edition always has the white base instead of the black base. But it's very rare that they actually have a reissue, unless there's just that high a demand. So, you can't sit on them too long,
Yeah.
One piece that I wanted to kind of show off was this Cowl. They DC Collectibles recently started making like this series of cowls.
Oh my God, that piece is amazing.
And these are really cool pieces to have because they don't take up much space. It comes on a real sturdy base as well. I mean, this thing, I don't know how much I'd say it probably weighs about, I don't know, 4 to 5 pounds. I mean, it's a very sturdy piece.
Those were like what, $90 each?
Yeah, I think so, around that. Now
it's worth it. So worth it.
This one, came from our friends at DC Collectibles. Now here's what's very interesting about this piece is that it's number 1.
Whoa!
No
Yeah.
No way.
Take 2 be number 1. 2 is not a winner. 3
Wow.
nobody. Little Nelly.
And then as far, we all have a lot of statues, and there's more and more that are continuing to come out. But I wanted to show you guys what is my
Pride and joy.
Pride and joy. This is about the biggest size that I'll probably ever have for a statue. He's about.
Yo, send me that.
He's about a quarter. Oh, that's cool.
I just saw it on Hot Topic. I have to order it. I have to order that and the Joker one.
I went and dug out a few of my black and white. I should have done this before. Sorry, guys. I'm unprofessional. Yeah, completely unprofessional.
We've been drinking.
Well, yeah.
Oh yes, the Matt Wagner.
Oh wow.
Yeah, really cool. I think my favorite that I own is the Jim Aparo. It's my favorite Batman artist. And I just was able to reach these two.
Oh.
The kids. Wow. But yeah, you could, even these boxes, I'm holding them like nothing. You can see how small they are compared to this monstrosity I just opened.
Yeah.
That's dope.
Look at that. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Never mind the schools.
That monstrosity is a whole different ballgame.
Yeah,
that's a whole nother issue episode, man.
Episode, yeah.
But
Yeah.
I wanted to show you guys this
Yeah,
dude. He's about I think he's about quarter scale, so about 18 inches. He's sculpted by an artist named Thiago Proven. What makes this piece unique is that this is not something that you can just go order online or find in a shop. It was a kit that was put out, I don't know how many years ago, but I happened to just run across this on eBay several years ago, and I bid and I bid and I bid, and at the last second I got outbid.
Oh.
And I was pissed.
Worst feeling ever.
And lo and behold, one of the guy that was doing the auction, after the auction, he sent me a message, which is kind of outside of eBay's rules, but he sent me a message that said, "Hey, I noticed you were really interested in this piece. I actually have one more if you're interested. And I custom paint these. So I will paint it however you want. Here's my price. And let me know if you're interested. And at first I was real skeptical because one, that's totally outside of eBay's.
They monitor the messages for that, don't they?
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's why I'm not going to give the guy's name. But so I was just like, because also that type of transaction is not protected under eBay's buyer's protection. But you know, I had seen, he gave me a lot of information, his Facebook and all this stuff, and everything checked out. All the boxes checked out. I even messaged the guy that won the auction and said, you know, did this come through? Yes, it came through. This is exact, you know, this guy's legit. So I was like, okay, cool. I did the deal. And this was very early in my marriage. And so I knew that this probably shouldn't even be posted, but I knew that this thing was going to come in a big ass box. And there would be questions about, why is this big box coming into this? So
it's just a riding that high that newlywed high.
Yeah. So luckily I worked close enough where I could get home and then get back to work within my lunch hour. So I knew which, you know, because it was being shipped, you know, I think FedEx or something, the tracking, you know, you have the alerts telling you where it's at and when it's arrived. And I knew the second it hit my doorstep and I was out that office and got that bad boy in. And so, yeah, and I had it custom painted exactly how I wanted. Nice. So this is my 18-inch DKR Thiago Proven statue.
Dude, that's nice.
Wow. That's amazing.
Kind of some close up. I asked for a touch of blood coming
so
from
this is one of one then.
This is one of one.
Nice.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, look at this cowl. Oh.
Now the kit is available. There's not very many of these, but this specific one, the way it's painted, is one of one. Now, what's crazy is that his cape in the back, that cape goes back about 12 inches.
Holy shit.
Wow.
So that's like the centerpiece of my collection.
And how tall is it?
It's about 18 inches.
Oh, wow.
It's a big boy.
Nice. No way, man.
So it's 18 inches high, 12 inches from the cape. Jeez Louise.
Yeah.
Just covering some space right there.
Yeah.
Jesus. Look at those biceps and triceps, man.
Was this all together when you had to assemble the pieces? Or?
Yeah, I mean that cape piece, the head attaches, so you have to take the head off, and then the cape piece is separate, and then it fits down in there.
Gotcha.
Not magnetic, or is this just like?
No, it's not magnetic. It's resin.
Wow. So amazing figure, man. Oh, I mean, that's like, oh my god.
Yeah. So that's about as big as I can go. You know, I would love to get into the Prime One world like you guys. I just can't do it, man. You can see this shit. Look at all this shit.
I just this one, and that was one and done. I mean, that was, you know, don't include me in that conversation. This is over my head.
Literally. Yeah, I got to the one Prime one. I have a second one, but still in the box. But we'll get there eventually.
We'll get there. We'll have our Prime One episode in the future.
We have like have helicopters circling them, and just like they're just massive. The one behind me, same one as Grumps, came in 2 boxes, and one box was like 47 pounds, and the second box was 67 pounds. 2 boxes weighing over 100 pounds. My wife was like, I was at work during COVID. And she was like, "What are these 2 huge boxes that And I'm like, 2 boxes you can't pick up? Those are my prime ones. Right there." And I rushed over just to bring them to the basement just to ask me more questions because, that's, half for mortgage payment, half for rent.
Yeah. So we'll cover those on a different episode because they're worth the discussion.
That's another day.
That's another day. But I think that's a pretty good episode, and all the time we kind of have right now. We're going up close to an hour and a half. So
we're way in overtime.
Don't want to bore you guys.
Right. Want to thank everybody for tuning in again, and thank you for the support.
Great, appreciate it.
Please give us a rating, subscription if you want.
Subscribe.
Comment.
Comments. Follow.
Any comment. You suck. Whatever. Any comment.
Give us shit. Whatever.
Give us constructive criticism. We're big boys. We can take it. Want to get better at this, but we're also having fun, and we're not trying to be professionals. So, it is what it is.
Shave your face, your hat sucks, whatever the fuck.
I mean, these are conversations, honestly.
Let us know.
The show for us is a conversation that takes place outside of cameras anyway. So we brought it to the cameras. So,
in the spirit of Grumps, thank you, fuck you, and bye.
Deuces.